We have all been trapped in this exact nightmare. It's Thursday afternoon, your calendar is overflowing, your inbox is a disaster area, and you have one massive lingering task staring you in the face. Maybe you are a real estate agent and you need to write a compelling monthly neighborhood newsletter to keep your leads alive. Maybe you are an HR manager and you have to draft an internal update explaining a complex new compliance change. Or maybe you are an operations director trying to pitch a new workflow to your executive team. You open up a new document and there it is, the blank page. That bright, blinding white screen with that single black vertical cursor blinking at you. Blink, blink, blink. It feels less like a workspace and more like a tiny digital judge, silently mocking you because you don't know where to start. Your brain feels completely fried. You stare at it for 15 minutes, check your phone, look back at the screen, type one sentence, hate it, hit delete, and find yourself right back where you started. So, out of desperation, you open an AI app. You type, write a monthly newsletter for my real estate clients. You hit enter. The machine spits out a long, flawless, generic wall of text. You read it and it feels soulless. It sounds like a robot trying to pretend it knows your neighborhood. You think to yourself, this doesn't sound like me at all. This is useless. And you close the tab feeling more defeated than before. If you've experienced that frustration, I want you to stop beating yourself up. Look, I've spent my career on the technical side of the fence. And let me tell you, at some point, everyone gets completely paralyzed by an empty page. The tech industry messed up by marketing these tools as content creators or automated writers. They convinced you that your job is to stand back, let the machine write the final product, and just copy paste your way to success. But that approach is completely backwards. And that is our exact focus for today's tribe. Using AI as a brainstorming sparring partner instead of a final author. Once you change your perspective, once you stop asking the AI to be the final writer and start using it as an interactive sounding board, the intimidation completely evaporates. The pressure to be perfect on your first try vanishes. Over the next few minutes, we are going to look at how to use pure human logic to shatter the paralysis of the blank page forever. You won't need a single line of code, you just need to learn how to play a game of creative catch. To understand why your prompts have been failing you on that empty page, let's step completely away from the office. Let's get outside and build a physical picture for your mind. I want you to imagine you're standing on an empty tennis court. You have a racket in your hand, a basket of tennis balls next to you, and directly in front of you is a massive solid concrete wall. Now, if you want to get better at tennis, you don't stand there. Drop a ball on the ground, look at the wall, and expect the wall to magically play a professional match for you while you watch. That would be absurd. The wall is completely inert until you do something with it. Instead, you take a ball and you hit it against the concrete as hard or as messy as you want. The magic of the wall isn't that it's smart. The magic is that it is reactive. The moment your ball strikes the concrete, it bounces back to you instantly. But here is the twist. Depending on how you struck the ball, it comes back with a slightly different spin, a different speed, or a different height. Because the wall returns your ball, your brain doesn't have time to freeze. You don't get paralyzed trying to plan the perfect swing. You just react. You adjust your feet, shift your grip, swing again, and hit it back. You enter a state of continuous flow. This is exactly how you need to start treating a large language model. The AI is your digital tennis wall. If you look at the research and tactical guides published by the Content Marketing Institute, the absolute gold standard for how professional communicators organize their workflow, they highlight a major shift in the creative industry. Elite content strategists aren't using generative tools to write their final articles. Why? Because the final writing requires human nuance, personal reputation, and a unique perspective. Instead, they are using AI during the ideation phase to eliminate the friction of starting from scratch. According to data from the Content Marketing Institute, the biggest bottleneck in any business communication isn't the polishing or the prose. It's the initial cognitive load of structuring a raw thought. When you type a lazy, wide open prompt like write a newsletter, you're essentially throwing your tennis racket at the wall and walking away. But when you use it as a sparring partner, you take your roughest, ugliest, and most unorganized thoughts, the raw material in your head, and you hurl them at the digital wall just to see how they bounce back. If the AI hands you back a response that is 80% generic corporate fluff, but includes one interesting bullet point or an unexpected structural angle, that is a massive win. That one bullet point is the ball bouncing back to you with a new spin. You look at it, your brain clicks, and you say, no, that's not quite right. Let's focus on this other angle instead. And you hit the ball right back into the prompt box. You're no longer staring at a blank page. You are in a dynamic, real-time conversation. You have outsourced the terrifying job of staring into the empty, white void and turning it into an easy game of responsive adjustments. Let's take this live tennis ball logic and run a live operational audit on a task that drains the creative energy out of professionals everywhere. Drafting a monthly localized update or internal team briefing from scratch. Let's look at a real estate agent named Sarah. Sarah knows that to stay top of mind with her past clients, she needs to send a monthly market email. She has a ton of local knowledge in her head. She knows interest rates are fluctuating, she knows inventory in her town is low, and she knows that homes with updated kitchens are selling in under a week. But because she is exhausted from managing showings all day, she sits at her desk, stares at an empty document, and gets completely stuck trying to make these facts sound eloquent. Let's build an automated zero-code ideation assembly line for Sarah. We are going to design a 3-stage relay race that uses the AI to kill the blank page entirely without letting the machine write a single line of a final personal message. Sarah opens her AI app. She stops trying to write a perfect prompt. Instead, she treats the box like a digital notepad for a pure brain dump. She types, I want you to act as my strategic marketing sparring partner. Do not write a newsletter yet. I'm going to dump a bunch of unorganized thoughts out of my head. Your only job right now is to clean them into 3 distinct high-level themes. Here is my raw data. Interest rates are weird right now. Clients are nervous, but buyers are still looking. The house on M Street sold in 4 days because they redid the kitchen. Inventory is crazy low. People are asking me if they should wait until next year to sell. Look at what this does. Sarah didn't have to worry about grammar, hooks, or structure. She just threw her raw, messy thoughts at the wall. The AI takes that chaotic ball and bounces it back, clearly organizing her mess into three structural pillars: the market anxiety, the premium kitchen advantage, the cost of waiting. Now that the blank page is dead and Sarah has three clean pillars, she throws the ball back with a specific directive to explore different creative angles. She then prompts, now take pillar number 2, the premium kitchen advantage. Give me three completely different ways to frame this for a reader. Give me one angle that is data focused, one angle that is a real estate insider secret, and one angle that is a direct warning to sellers who are planning a cheap remodel. Look at the logic here. Sarah is manually forcing the storyteller to apply three different sprints to the exact same ball. The AI processes the request and hands back three distinct options: a statistical breakdown of remodeling returns, an insider piece on why specific materials attract buyers, and a cautionary checklist on common remodeling mistakes. Sarah reads the options. Her human intuition instantly clicks on the insider secret angle. It sparks a memory of a client she helped last month, but instead of telling the AI to write the final paragraphs, she commands it to build the skeleton. So she says, I love the insider secret angle. Build me a structured outline for a short 3-paragraph email based on that concept. Include a slot for a personal anecdote from my recent week and give me 3 punchy options for the subject line. Do not write the full paragraphs. When the machine generates the output, Sarah receives a hyper-focused custom blueprint. She has an outline, a subject line ideas, and clear slots where her unique human voice is required. Look at the transformation of this workflow. Sarah went from staring blankly at a blinking cursor for an hour to holding a complete personalized structured blueprint in under 5 minutes. She didn't write any code. She didn't let a generic algorithm speak for her business. She simply used the predictive engine to eliminate the heavy mental lifting of structural generation, leaving her free to do what she does best: inject her real human expertise into the final draft. We are reaching the final stretch of today's session at the AI desk. But before you step out of your car or finish your work or head into your next office meeting, I want you to immediately test this sparring partner mindset live. We are going to permanently destroy that fear of a blank page right now using your smartphone. So as always, pull out your phone, open your preferred AI app and activate its voice mode. We are going to practice a direct verbal brain dump. I want you to say these exact words into your microphone. I am working on a professional communication task today and I am completely stuck staring at a blank page. I want you to act as my creative tennis ball. Do not write any paragraphs or essays for me. I'm going to verbally tell you a messy, unorganized list of things on my mind. Your only job is to catch my thoughts, organize them into a simple 2-column table showing core frustrations on the left and potential opportunities on the right, and then wait for my feedback. Confirm if you're ready for my brain dump. Listen closely to how the voice mode responds to you. Notice the immediate relief when it confirms your instruction. It isn't going to overwhelm you with a massive wall of text you didn't ask for. It will stand there like a perfectly positioned concrete wall, ready to catch whatever messy, unpolished thoughts you throw at it. Once it gives you the go-ahead, speak your raw thoughts. Tell it about a frustrating meeting you have to recap, an email you are dreading to send, or a project layout you need to map out. Don't worry about being articulate. Just throw the ball at the wall. Watch how effortlessly it organizes your cognitive clutter. Experience how much easier it is to edit a structure rather than invent one from nothing. The white screen has no power over you anymore. Stop expecting the machine to be the author of your career and stop fearing the empty page. You are the player with a racket. Step up to the court, throw your messiest ideas at the wall, and run your desk with clarity. Your trainee is ready, the wall is built, and now go play your game. I'll see you next time at the AI desk.